Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Sacramento Kings. And guys, for the Kings, only one win in their last 6 games. They know they can play much better, looking to be more competitive tonight. And tonight, a chance to see the continued development of Lauri Markkanen, the 7-foot sharpshooter out of Finland. Kenny, your thoughts?
Not too many Finnish basketball players, but he's comes from a basketball family. Both his parents actually played pro hoops. Now, that's the first ever pick in the first round for Finland.
And he's able to finish around the rim.
He made history in Finland. Somewhat underrated as an athlete, but he's another 7-footer out there shooting threes. I hate it, but you got to love it.
No question.
Why do we have to love it if you hate it?
Because I'm not a shooter.
I know.
PMFS, baby.
What is that?
Prolific, most frequently scorer.
Okay.
That does it for us. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
That's what it means.
Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis Tower and the rest of downtown Chicago lighting up the sky. The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. Alongside Craig Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. It's on the road tomorrow as the Bulls wrap up this home stretch. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Sacramento. They took the loss in this East versus West matchup during the regular season last year, dropping both games.
Yeah, a pair of losses for them in their meetings last season. And the cold, hard truth about it, they just had a hard time beating anybody last year.
You can see it. Some players starting to feel the fatigue of a long season. How much you think is from the travel aspect of being a player in the NBA?
Kevin, I think it's a lot about the travel. The travel is a grind, and I think being able to sleep on planes, that is an art. I couldn't do that, and I think that's what guys are trying to find different ways where they're comfortable getting a lot of rest on planes, but you got to find a way once you get to that city to, I guess, have some discipline where you can stay in, not go out to dinners, and spend a lot of time using that time to recover.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go on the court for Sacramento. Young is up there with Buddy Hield. Then it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Bagley in at the 4 spot. So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Here's Marjanovic. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Second chance opportunities. The great equalizer.
So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to the Pacers in Indiana. Dunn looking over the floor. Pass to LaVine. 6 on the shot clock. Over Hield. LaVine, good. LaVine's got his first points in this one.
If history is any indicator, more often than not, LaVine's going to take this shot. It's what he's built to do. Sharing the basketball. Plenty of guys talk about it, but not everyone does it.
So it's Chicago now. Sacramento making their last shot. Marjanovic against Lopez. Markkanen kicks to LaVine. Unloads. Another one falls for Chicago.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Well, obviously, this was the strategy coming in. Feed him the rock and let him go to work.
Now, Now, here's Marjanovic. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. And now, with this break, here are the premier class cleaners among rookies over the course of the past month. Second is Marvin Bagley.
And every team in the league needs a guy who can go and get. I mean, his great work on the boards certainly endear him to the coaching staff.
Shot clock at 3, and there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That is his first foul of the game. And Sacramento has possession. Trailing by 2. Hield finds Young. Clock at 6. That one drops for him.
Right there, you see it. Young's ability to operate out of that pick and roll, very advanced for a player of his age.
Here's Levine. Sacramento grabs the miss. Caldwell Pope outside. In the corner, Marjanovic with it. Hield kicks to Bagley. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. To the middle. And it's Levine that time on the assist by Parker. Levine's got 6.
When they go up-tempo and push the action, they are speaking Zach LaVine's language.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Yeah, Kevin, I was able to speak with Fred Hoiberg for a minute. This is the first meeting of the season between these teams, and he stressed to his guys the need to rely on their instincts at the offensive end. He said, we do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses without forcing things. If we keep doing that, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if they can keep that up tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, David. Their focus is going to be on good shot selection here early, guys.
And it's going to take a team effort. They can't have guys going solo and getting themselves into tough one-on-one situations.
It wouldn't hurt to focus on their low post game. It doesn't get any more high percentage than those easy looks in tight.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. Trailing by 2. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And, you know, this can happen on the road. You're out defending guys who have just gotten into a comfort zone playing at home.
Well, you have to have an aggressive mindset, and you have to try to disrupt their rhythm.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons. And I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Carter, he's checked in for Lopez. Denzel Valentine comes in for Jabari Parker. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Levine. Bagley, second shot opportunity. And Marjanovic with the layup. Marjanovic has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's Dunn. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Fades back. Holiday against Hield. Shot, high post, connects, the jumper drops. For Sacramento, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. Some changes here for the Kings. Giles checked in for Marjanovic. And it's Ben McLemore in for Hield. Here's Giles. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And Young kicks to Bagley. McLemore with the ball. 6 to shoot. He tries for 3, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation.
Here's a look at some stats for Carter. Really been a key contributor over the past month. Averaging 9 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Now, here is Young. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Indiana. Here's Childs. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. Giles has got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Now, here's Markkanen. He's guarded close. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Marvin Bagley picks one up. And Lauri Markkanen out of Finland, an extremely high skill level to his game. Smitty, is he a finished product?
Not at all. With his passion for the game, he's only going to get better and better. Some 7-footers don't have that drive. He does, Kevin.
Free throw good for Markkanen. Some smaller players spend most of their time on the perimeter. Others really sacrifice, Steve, their bodies to make plays inside.
I think some of the small guys that get in there, like you said, is Kyrie Irving, one of the best at finishing. Kemba Walker, Mike Conley, Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry. Some of these smaller guys who don't mind throwing their body into the paint.
He's perfect from the line this time.
You look at Lauri Markkanen, he's a 7-foot fluid basketball player. Most European players not known for their athleticism, but his mobility is pretty good for a player his size.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Wendell Carter. And Markkanen, still young, he'll look to add strength as his career continues.
And if he does, Kevin, his future is probably at the center position. It's not about bulk. You've got to be strong to weather that physicality inside.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
First one falls for him.
And I'll tell you, Trae Young, go big or go home. Always gives you 100%, as competitive as they come. And the young fella wants to win so badly, sometimes that emotion really comes out.
And so Young nails them both. And you know, Greg, it's amazing the impact Young makes, especially, of course, on the offensive end.
High-level shot maker, a threat the moment he crosses half court. Instinctive playmaker, just needs to play more within himself and avoid over-dribbling.
Now, here's Markkanen. His last outing with 20 points. And against Young. John misses. The Kings leading. Here's Young. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game.
And the touch Young has from beyond the arc, he is almost unguardable from there.
Chicago calls timeout.
Lots of drama last season for the Chicago Bulls. It started with the Jimmy Butler trade, but then you had the Portis-Mirotic scuffle. That wasn't good.
So for the Bulls, Bobby Portis is checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Parker comes in for Denzel Valentine. And Levine subbed in for Chris Dunn. Keeps it alive.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
The Kings have gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Back McLemore, the pass to Giles. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's foul number 2 for him.
Too aggressive to start this game. That's already a couple fouls already in the first.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4. We were talking about Mirotic. He no longer wanted to play on a team that had Portis on it, which forced Chicago's hand.
You know, the team tried to make peace between them. Portis, he even apologized, but it became clear that one of them had to go. Turned out to be Mirotic.
Shots good from Young.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here's Levine. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston. Holiday with it. Now defended by McLemore. Poked away. It's stolen by McLemore. Stolen by Carter. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Here's Levine.
Yes. An explosive, high-level athlete. You see why Zach has won multiple dunk contests.
And a terrific bit of chaos there in the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Habit. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Sacramento making some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Bagley. Allen comes in for Contavious Caldwell-Pope. And Farrell subbed in for Young. Now here's Allen. Farrell looking around. That one doesn't drop. Nice D from Levine.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
To the right side. 6 on the shot clock. Parker kicks to Holiday. Offline with his 3. Kings leading now by 5. Now the pass to McLemore. Parker against Allen. To the inside. And stolen by Portis. Pass to Parker. Left side Levine. Parker against Allen. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Giles, defended by Portis. Now Dedmon. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Kicks it to Allen. Pocket 2 over Parker. And it's off the back rim. No good. Bulls trail by 3. 1:36 left in the first quarter. And there's the rebound by Dedmon.
I mean, the mid-range jump shot, a lot of guys have a hard time knocking it down.
Wasted no time on that one. And the Kings lead by 5.
And you see the coach saying, no, no, no. Then yes, yes, yes.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And here's McLemore. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Indiana. Allen against Parker. Carter with the block. Parker right side. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Parker's got 6.
That's nice patience by Zach Levine. Finding the open man, not trying to do it all himself.
And McLemore kicks to Dedmon. Here's Farrell, guarded by Levine. Baseline try. Farrell can't hit. And so Levine will bring it up now for Chicago. It's a 3-point game. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Holiday, the pass to Carter. Clock at 6. Here's Parker. Drops in the layup for 2. He's got 8.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Farrell for 3.
I like the defense there by Zach. Stays aware and gets himself in perfect position.
And don't go away. We'll be right back. It's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what do you guys think about the Kings here in this one so far?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
A fundamental part of basketball, taking advantage of guys who fail to block out.
Chicago trailing here on the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. McLemore is out there with Farrell. Then it's Dwayne Dedman. Then there's Allen. And it's Giles in at the 4 slot. Count that one. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Boston Celtics. He kicks to McLemore. Here's Giles, defended by Carter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Got a piece of it. Here's Giles. He can't get it to go. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Lawson, they in the D. The teardrop falls in. And now it's a 3-point Chicago lead.
Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
Now here's McLemore. Top of the key, Farrell. Pass to Giles. Here's Farrell. Lawson defending. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Farrell's got his first bucket in this one. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, the Kings signed some quality vets last season, but when the losses piled up, they decided to go young. Now, the focus is on development. The veterans still have a role providing steadying presence on the court and in the locker room. Kevin?
David, it certainly is a balancing act. Thanks for that report. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And you're going to have to foul Robin Lopez harder than that. He's just too strong.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. That's good from Lopez. So often when a player comes off injury, he's placed on a conservative minutes restriction. Usually it's the trainers that put that, the doctors that will tell the coaches what they can and cannot do. Do you think there's more of that now than when you were playing?
Totally, Kevin. I look back and think about when I played, the injuries you have. Usually coaching staff, trainers, they ask, are you ready to go? I wouldn't say 100%, but are you ready to resume the amount of minutes you played? And if you couldn't answer that, they pretty much kept you out. But I think nowadays, like you said, it's more of limiting your minutes, having these minute restrictions, get you ready to play. Definitely more than when I played.
Medical staff has a very large voice in this, and it continues that way.
Yes.
Here's Allen. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Bulls.
And the three-point shot above the break has become a popular shot in the league, but not for them tonight. They're passing that one up and just trying to get their offense from closer to the hoop.
And the first one drops. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Lawson outside. To the middle. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the foul that goes against Sacramento. For Chicago, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
That's good from Ty Lawson. Both good from the line that time. The Kings trail by 4. Farrell kicks to Giles. To the paint. And Dedmon throws it down.
That's something you cannot have defensively. Allowing Dedmon to power through contact for the potential and one.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Shot.
A free throw drops for Dedmon.
A terrific athlete. Dedmon went undrafted a few years back, but now he's starting to grasp the mental side of the game.
Now here's Lawson. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. From 12 feet out. And it's good off the back rim and in. Lawson's got 6 points.
It's amazing. He is on fire here in the second period after going scoreless in the first.
McLemore with the ball. Pass to Farrell. Lets it go from deep. Valentine grabs the board. The Bulls leading by 3. And Yogi Ferrell, the undrafted Indiana product, went undrafted after staying all 4 years in Bloomington. But he has shown, Greg, to be a very strong player.
Yeah, and Ferrell is the perfect example of why you give a 4-year player a chance. Knows how to make the most of his time on the floor. I think he could start for a team, maybe be the 6th man, lead the second unit, play off the guard. He is just such a versatile player.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. ends up going with the new group. And then for Sacramento, Bagley, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedman. Hield comes in for Allen. Young is subbed in for Farrell. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it. And there's the feed to Dunn. It's tipped.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooting.
McLemore dishes to Young. And stolen by Dunn. Outside Portis. From outside, off the mark. The Kings trail by 5. Here's Hield. No points in the game yet for him. And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That's his first foul. Here's Hield. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Bagley the pass to Young. 4 on the shot clock.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot, and this one was uncontested.
Parker finds Levine. Rebound by the Kings.
Ooh, you know that's one he liked to have back. Point blank range, and he missed it.
They grabbed their own miss. Here's Giles. Got a piece of it.
Great size by Bobby Portis. Would love to see him block more shots, but he got all of that one.
Good on the shot. That's 12 points for Zach LaVine.
Boy, he reads the defense well. Makes a nice adjustment. Very dependable.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Feeds to Bagley. Can they get it? And the pass to Giles. Levine against Hield. A 3-ball. He's off on that one. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
But you have to give them credit for being aggressive. The problem is they played too much hero ball. You have to be willing to make the extra pass.
Now, here is Young. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go. Unloads from 13. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Inside, it's tipped. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by LaVine. With this break in the action, let's find out which rookies have been lighting it up from downtown this month. In the 3rd spot, Trae Young.
You know, coming into the NBA, you knew he could stroke it from long range. And over the past month, he's shown us exactly that.
The Kings trail by 7. Passes it to Giles. The kick out to Young. Giles, the pass to Bagley. On deep, McLemore. Sacramento with a fresh shot clock. Bagley, no good. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Pass to Parker. Over to the left wing. The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead.
From distance, Markkanen with the picture-perfect mechanics and the height to almost always get a clean look.
Here's Giles. Defended by Portis. Giles kicks to Young. A 3-pointer is right on target.
It's first triple of the second quarter, 3rd of the game.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Steve, now that you've had a little time away from the game as a player, what are some of the things you notice now that maybe you didn't notice when you were playing before?
Well, I think right now the emphasis on nutrition. Kevin, I did not take that serious. I thought I could eat whatever I wanted to. And I think also right now I look and love what is going on technology-wise as far as guys being able to use technology to help their game and to enhance their game.
Lopez, he's checked in for the Bulls. Sacramento also making some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Giles, and it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for McLemore. Hield finds Marjanovic, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. For Sacramento, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops from Marjanovic.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
So he hits both.
It's a luxury to have a big man who can shoot free throws this way.
Done outside. Parker outside. A rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Caldwell-Pope against Parker. Caldwell-Pope pass to Young. Bagley dishes to Young. A 3-ball. And it's Bagley that time on the assist from Young. Young's got 4 assists now tonight.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
Now here's Levine. 12 points for him. And there it is for him. Levine's got 14 points for the game.
Well, if you wonder why they're in control of this game, just look at his stats from the field. Solid, solid, solid.
Here's Hield, trailing by 4. Marjanovic kicks to Young. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, just exceptional focus on these hard finishes. Young welcomes getting physical on the way up.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. One shot.
That's good from Young.
And the comparisons to Steph Curry, it's understandable. Young's shooting ability is off the chart.
Bean passes to Markkanen. Back to Levine. To the middle. Here's Parker. That's good. And it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 4 assists now tonight.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Now here's Hield. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Now Bagley. Young for 3. And Boban Marjanovic picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The Bulls leading by 3. 1:35 left here in the second. Markkanen kicks to Levine. Parker outside. Takes the 3. And the Bulls another 3.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
To the paint. And finished off by Bagley.
Yeah, ferocious at the rim. Bagley can finish with power or finesse.
Levine passes to Markkanen. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Baseline J on the way, and it's Chicago scoring again.
It looked like the defense just flat out froze out there. Clear breakdown in communication to allow that easy bucket.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by Dunn. Pass to Markkanen, and it's Parker in the corner. Over Caldwell Pope. Parker's shot is off. The Kings trail by 6. Young outside. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
And a depth mid-range shooter as well. All Young needs is a little breathing room, and he set the fire.
And here's Levine. 14 points for him. Dunn left side. Over Young, and there's Dunn on the assist by Levine. Dunn's got his first points of the game.
His bread and butter is the mid-range area. Chris Dunn carves out a solid look for himself.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Joerger. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. That's our strength anyways. For us, our bread is buttered inside, so we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great, but we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. It was a big-time first quarter from Jabari Parker. He ended up with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
You know the Jabari Parker we saw in college? Well, this is the Jabari Parker we're seeing tonight. Confident, crafty, and he has an innate sense for how to create space for his shot. Plays big against smaller players and vice versa. Just tough to cover all around.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
The second half is gut check time for the defense. Allowing over 60% shooting is weak sauce. Weak barbecue sauce, weak Butterfinger sauce, weak sauce, period. The coach needs a light fire under these guys. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it, Ernie.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
And so far, he's giving them great production from deep. They've been able to kind of spread the floor because of it.
You see the defense trying to make an adjustment, but it's hard when he's hitting from that far away.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Chicago Bulls. Parker and Markkanen, your small and power forwards. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. And it's Portis in at the center position. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half.
Zach LaVine, a high riser, the 2-time dunk contest champ, making his return from that ACL surgery. He can be an explosive scorer.
He could have easily been selfish there and taken the shot, but he smartly kicked it out for a wide open look.
Here's Parker. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 6 assists now in the game.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And And from everything you hear, Levine is a big-time gym rat, Greg.
Yeah, I think he's very dedicated to reaching his full potential. And with his shooting and athleticism, I think he's a great fit in today's game in terms of offense.
For Sacramento, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line. The first one falls. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Taking advantage at the charity stripe like he always does. Terrific touch.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Got a hand on it. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive rules have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. And it's blocked.
Just 1 for 4 since the break. They are looking for better efficiency on the offensive end.
Tipped away. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. And let's quickly check out the best young defenders, how they've been playing in the low post lately. Your rookie block leaders for the past month. In the third spot, Marvin Bagley.
He's been a factor on the inside. An impressive stretch for him defensively.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. For the lead, buries it down low. Bagley's got his third basket of the night right there.
Great play calling. The execution, 3 for 3 to start the half.
Levine kicks to Markkanen. Dishes it to Parker. Double team on Parker. Here's Levine. Again, Levine missing.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
Lets a floater go. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Portis. Levine feeling it out a bit. Good D by Hield.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
To the inside, Marjanovic. It's good. Marjanovic has got 10.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Bulls trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Nice shot by Portis.
He has very sneaky athleticism. Portis relies also on his strength and length to finish inside.
That's tipped. Marker against Caldwell Pope. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Bobby Portis.
And always a smooth athlete. KCP doing a better job of drawing contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
Free throw good from Caldwell Pope.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
Misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
But only the first miss of the second half. They come out here with authority.
Parker's shot is off. Here's Sacramento now. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Hield against Levine. From 13, good on the bucket. Hield's got 6 points in the quarter.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Bulls trail by 4. Dunn passes to Markkanen. Now Portis. Dunn kicks to Parker. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Chicago making some changes. Carter comes in for Bobby Portis, and it's Valentine in for Jabari Parker. Here's Dunn. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Shot clock at 6, and Carter has it in the corner. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Carter's got his second bucket. And it's Sacramento's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Young taking his time here. It's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December, taking a look at Boston. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that number 1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, Chicago, 6.5 games behind them.
And, you know, for the Bulls, seeing them where they are now, it's easy to forget just how awful they were a season ago. This is a team that's made major strides to lift themselves into the middle of the pack.
And the good thing is that, once again, there's some excitement around this team. Their fans are starting to get back on board after watching such a tough season last year.
Here's Young after the made shot from Zach LaVine. They get a hand on it. Young against Dunn. Three-pointer, Hield. Another 3 for Sacramento.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, he could have made a better choice. He left him an easy one. Let's see how he plays the next screen.
Now, here's Dunn. Outside, LaVine. Back to Dunn. Over Young. Count that one, and the Kings lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Dunn.
Chris Dunn is shifty, does the most damage with the ball in his hands, and you see why.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Yeah, I mean, just wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here going forward.
You know, sometimes the best way to approach it, let your guys know what they're doing well and give them 1 or 2 things that they could have done better.
Some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Marjanovic. Allen comes in for Caldwell-Pope, and it's Ben McLemore in for Hield. Now, here is Young. 21 points in the game.
He was all alone. Looks like he gets a little too relaxed. He has to maintain his focus.
Valentine with it, working on Allen for the lead. Markkanen from outside. It's not going to go for him. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
And this is why Young is so dangerous. He just gets that shot off so fast before the defense can react.
Now here's Dunn. There's the pass to Valentine. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Carter. It's Dedmon with the rebound.
That's just two tough competitors meeting right at the rim. Someone, in my opinion, had to lose.
Allen, right side. Passes to Bagley. Shoots over Markkanen. Rebound by the Bulls. Markkanen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
He is really forcing things now. Doesn't have to do it because his teammates are picking up the slack.
Now, here's Dunn. Lets it go from 14. Here's Valentine. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Well, this is where he shows both skill and body control along with the attack mindset.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Portis is checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Justin Holiday comes in for Levine. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Dunn. One drops. He ties it up. Sacramento's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Bagley with the ball. Working on Portis. Now, here's Bagley. He has 7. 5 on the clock. Portis against Allen. Dedmon. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Dedmon's got 5 points so far.
Staying aggressive on the offensive boards. Dedmon's a tough guy to box out there.
Lawson dishes to Carter. Outside Holiday. Over McLemore on the money from 12 feet away. Holiday's got the game tied up here for Chicago. And so Young will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Justin Holiday, the older brother of Drew Holiday, stints in the G League and abroad, but Greg, he has solidified himself as an NBA player.
Yeah, standing at 6'7" with that 7-foot wingspan. Every team in the league wants long, versatile wings with shooting, and this young man fits the bill.
Now here is Carter. Holiday with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Over McLemore. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Sacramento's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Down low. And Young with the basket on the assist by Allen. And that's now 25 points for Trae Young. And Chicago shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Lawson drives in. Right block shot. That one off the back iron and out. The Kings leading. Young outside. Over in the corner, Allen. Shot clock at 6. This is Sacramento again turning it over. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Bulls in second.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
Now here is Holiday. Lawson outside. Over to the left wing. Pass to Holiday. Got a piece of it. Lawson kicks to Valentine. Sacramento grabs the miss. Bagley's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's McLemore. Young outside. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Count it. Now it's a 4-point Kings lead.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Here's Lawson. And the Bulls with another miss.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
Now, here's Bagley. He's got 7. Allen surveying the D. 16 feet away, and again it's Sacramento converting. 54 seconds left to play in the third. Lawson outside. Outside Holiday. Now here's Valentine. Defended by Allen. Shot clock at 5. Here's Carter. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Allen outside. His 3-pointers off the mark. Bulls trail by 6. There's 18 seconds left to play in the third. Young against Lawson. Pass to Portis. In the corner, Valentine with it. Over Allen. The wing jumper off target. The third quarter comes to a close. Kings lead by 6. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on head coach Fred Hoiberg.
Get it back, guys. Get it back, okay? Let's start down here. Don't give them anything easy, guys, okay? Here we go. Take control of this game. Let's go. Let's go.
I don't think that's what he wanted, but he's optimistic. You can tell, Greg, that his team can get back in it.
I mean, they can. They've got to follow the game plan from this point on.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for Sacramento, we've got Farrell. Giles is out there with Allen. And then it's McLemore, and it's Dedmon in at the 5.
Great look by Portis. For a young player, he really understands what they're trying to do.
Farrell kicks to McLemore. Inside, and stolen by Valentine. The pass to Lawson, and Holiday has it in the corner. Loose, it's off his foot, and the official saying it was kicked. Lopez finds Holiday. At 4. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Now here's McLemore. He's guarded closely. Allen up top. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The pass to Allen. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 3. There's McLemore.
You know, this is a time you don't have to force anything. You're in command of this game.
To the inside. Here's Lopez. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
When Lopez starts going to work on you, sometimes fouling is your only option.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Lopez.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
Both free throws good from Lopez. Sacramento's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Allen outside. Now here's Dedmon. Lopez covering, and the call will be against Robin Lopez. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Inside the three-point line. It's rebounded by Portis. And it's Lawson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And Justin Holiday picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The Kings leading. Here's Farrell. Over Lawson. Farrell gets the bucket. Now Lawson. Kicks it to Valentine. Back to Lawson. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. And stolen by Dedmon.
That's just his first turnover of the night. What a steady, efficient game he's played thus far.
They get it back. Giles kicks to Allen. Over Valentine. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Now here's Holiday. Pass to Portis. Shot clock at 6. Tries it from 19. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And that's 10 points for Ty Lawson. Now here's McLemore, guarded by Holiday. Giles the pass to McLemore. Over to the wing. Here's Farrell. Lawson defending. Now here's McLemore outside. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
I'll tell you what, his shot's off, but the rest of the team is on. That's why they're still winning.
Now here's McLemore. Here's Giles. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Giles has got 4 points this quarter.
Soft interior defense. You know he's going to be aggressive.
Here's Lopez. Dedmon with the block.
The 7'4" wingspan of Dedmon. Hard to get your shot over that.
Allen, that's good. And now an 8-point Sacramento lead.
Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Start it.
Change it up. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Fred Hoiberg was talking with his team during the break. He told the guys, I know you can do it. Make every possession count and watch how things go our way. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Dunn kicks to Carter. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
Healed with it. Now defended by Levine. Pass to Marjanovic. Young against Dunn. Young's shot is off. Bulls trail by 6. Dunn outside. Lobs it up for Levine. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Caldwell Pope against Parker. Caldwell Pope outside. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Marjanovic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Chicago. On Thursday, they'll begin a long road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic. Then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs.
And for that game against the Thunder, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
That one is off. Good on the second free throw. And Chicago has possession. And here is Dunn. Outside, Levine. Back to Dunn. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Love how Dunn keeps his composure when the pressure is on. Just not rushing anything. Draining the last second shot and just devastating the D.
Now, here's Bagley. Hield finds Young. Back to Hield. Beyond the arc. He can't get that one. And the Bulls going the other way now. And here's the pass break. Dunn leading the way. And he gets it to go. And now just a 3-point Sacramento lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Back to Young. Teardrop shot, and it's good on the way up. Young's got 27 points.
You know, showing he's able to finish on the drive, I really enjoy watching Young take that initiative and capitalize.
Markkanen dishes to Dunn. Carter, the pass to Levine. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Hield outside. Pass to Marjanovic. He kicks it to Young. The pass to Bagley. Here's Caldwell Pope. Rebound collected by Levine. And here's Levine who brings it up for Chicago. Trailing by 5. Parker looking around. Dunn outside. Markkanen kicks to Levine. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Markkanen can't get it to go. Sacramento leading by 5. Hield outside. Caldwell Pope for 3. It's all in by the Bulls. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Marjanovic. Lopez, he's checked in for Carter. Now here's Parker. Levine with it. 6 to shoot. Back to Parker. Over Caldwell Pope. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over.
To the middle. Bagley the pass to Young. Caldwell Pope against Parker. Levine. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 4 assists now tonight.
I mean, both sides are really battling. Zach LaVine right in the middle of it, wanting to take charge.
Hield with the bucket.
I don't know what Coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now.
Dunn kicks to Parker. Pass to Lopez. Back to Parker. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And that one falls for Parker.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And so he makes both from the line. Sacramento leading by 4. Tipped away. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
Yeah, baby.
Got a piece of it. And Sacramento has possession. And Young kicks to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Marjanovic. Just 5 to shoot.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Dunn, right side. High, arcing shot. That's good. And it's LaVine with the assist. LaVine's got his 7th assist here tonight. Sacramento's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Young outside. Hield outside. Over LaVine. Again, the miss by the Kings.
He likes to work that in-between area. Upset with himself that he couldn't connect.
To tie it up. Here's Lopez and the rejection by Marjanovic. Shot's good from Young.
Game tightening up, no problem. Put the ball in Young's hand and let the young fella go to work.
Dunn left side. Over Young. Misses off the right iron.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
Lets it go from 14. That's not going to go. He's 4 for 10. Lines it up for LaVine.
Woo-wee. If you want to know what Zach LaVine is made of, you just found out.
And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. 50 seconds left in the game. Here's Bagley. Money!
And just easy to see why people are so high on Bagley. His ability to deliver there in the clutch is impressive.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They trail by 5. There's 47 seconds left in the 4th quarter. A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Trae Young.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
There's 47 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Dishes to Parker. The rebound by Hield. Now the Kings with it, leading by 5. Caldwell Pope finds Marjanovic. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And we see it all the time, guys. You get the big lead, maybe check out mentally, but not tonight.
They have this game in hand, but they're still pouring it on.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And unfortunately, it's time for them to say night-night.
There's some big-time teaching moments tonight. Hopefully, they become a better team for it.
Chicago calls timeout. They're down by 8. 27 seconds left in the fourth. Young with the steal. And up the court come the Kings on the break. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And Levine comes to help. Stolen by Levine. Out to Parker. Launches it. Sacramento grabs the miss. Young outside. So the Kings win it. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And we'll see you next time.